I usually don't make a video around this time. You know, it's about to be 7 o'clock. I said, what the hell? It's past 7 now, but um, you know what, man? I'm gonna straight out say this, dude. That social media has destroyed the American female's brain. Okay, a lot of these females they walking around like they high value, and you know, even though they passed their prime and they got kids, they still think that they deserve a high quality man. But yet they go through years and years of being single, and nobody has brought them off the market. Now, a lot of females are overweight. You know, to me, a BBW, that's still overweight. Even though I probably would have sex, a few times with a BBW, you know, to be honest, but a lot of these females are fat. They're fat, man. Anytime a female has like chubby cheeks or, she has a little bit of gut, you know, she's fat, you know. And a lot of these women who are overweight, they think inside their head that they deserve a high quality male, a high value man. And it's getting to the point where, babies are not being born, you know, relationships are not lasting, marriages are not lasting because these females act like they deserve more than they deserve. Let me tell you, man. I went out on a date a while back with a female that catfished me. Okay, she catfished me, bruh. She had a nice, curvy, voluptuous body. Okay, I mean it was nice. She was still overweight. You know, according to high value man rules, she's overweight. Okay, thick. You know, is still overweight, man. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of high value men. Now, I went out on a date with her. We had some food and stuff. We sat and we talked, and I looked at her face. I was just like, man, wow. I mean, she was not my face match at all. She was basically a three in the face, you know what I'm saying? But she had this round butt, you know, and she had these thick thighs, you know what I'm saying? And she had big ass titties and stuff. You feel me? And I was like, okay, well, you got everything, that I kind of like, but that face is fucked up, right? So then I left the date, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, I hugged her a good night, left the date, and I noticed this bitch was not trying to pursue me at all. I was just like, uh, you have no, when a woman doesn't pursue you after the date or doesn't call you, doesn't try to like reach out to you, that means she's not that interested. But I look at it like this. I'm like, okay, this female has kids by another man. Don't forget about that. And she has a face that's not like you would, think that it was, what I'm saying, before you met her. She used a lot of like goddamn um what's they call it, Photoshop or whatever, to like Photoshop all the wrinkles away from her face. You see what I'm saying? All that bullshit, man. And you see her in face, and she got like wrinkles. I mean, her face was so wrinkled, it looked like a crumpled up brown bag. The brown bag that you put inside. That the brown bag. That you put your fucking drink inside, right? Okay. That's what it looked like, man. And I'm like, this female has no fucking she has no choice but to take what comes her way, and she doesn't want to take what comes her way. She think she think that a high value man is gonna come out of nowhere and sweep her off her feet, right? And to this day, this bitch is still single on Facebook, talking about where's my what did she say? Where's my soulmate? That's what it was. She said on Facebook. I was like, this bitch is like 40. What? She's like 48 or something like that, right? And I'm like, these bitches are still out here looking for their soulmate at 38 years old, and they're picky and choosy. Okay, she thinks that she has a whole lot of options, and this shit has fucking spread to like Thailand too, man. It ain't bad like it is here in the West, but this shit has like spread all the way to Thailand. Cause I was just talking to a female that was basically, a fucking five at best, maybe lesser than that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I say she's a 4.5 because she's overweight. Okay, and she thought that she was like a fucking goddamn a eight though, really though. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, where's the fucking goddamn line of men that's ready to take you away from Thailand, or ready to fucking take you away from Thailand and put you up in a mansion somewhere? Where's the line at? You see what I'm saying? Like these females act like they got like a big ass line of high value men just ready to fucking marry them and put a ring on it. Ready to put them inside that goddamn mansion with the Lamborghini and shit. Like there's no line for you, bitch. You feel me? There's no line to fucking like there's no line of high value men ready to fucking sweep you off your feet, take you back to the mansion and shit like that. There's no line. So a lot of these females that act like they got a line of dudes, just I mean high value men, just ready to fucking take them away, and it's not happening that way. These females, they will go through years and years of being single. You know what I'm saying? And what they attract, right, is what comes up to them, and they do not want that, and they will stay. They will stay like that for years at a time. You know what? Men, we live in our reality, man. We know that we don't deserve a 8, 9, or a 10. I won't even approach a 8, 9, or a 10 because I know I'm not gonna get it, bruh. Hell, nowadays I don't even approach sevens no more, man, because I know I'm not gonna get it, man. I think I deserve at least a 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my reality, man. For me, I just don't want you to be Porky Pig. That's what I don't want that. I don't want like fat cheeks. I don't want no guts and stuff like that because I don't have a gut. You know what I mean? So I stay exercising and working out. I think that she should too. You know what I mean? But you know what? Men nowadays in America have lowered their standards to the lowest of the low. I'm seeing dudes walking around with like Landwells, Porky Pig looking bitches and shit, you know, big ass fucking, you know, I mean, goddamn, dude, I'm seeing dudes just walking around with just any old thing nowadays. Big old pot bellies, you see what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, no standards at all for the American man. This is the reason why these females are like this out here, bro. They thinking that they deserve a higher quality guy. And let me tell you, man, I was trying to fuck a four a while back. I think this is before the pandemic. I think it was before the pandemic. Was it before or after? I don't know. But I was trying to fuck a four and I couldn't even get a four. Cause these females got so many goddamn options, but they think that they do got options, for to marry and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, a lot of these females they got options for sex, but when it comes to that marriage and sometimes relationships, they don't have that option like that. But in their mind, they think they do because of all the thirsty simps on social media. Social media has really destroyed the American female's brain. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's females in Thailand that are humble, that don't think that they deserve a high value man, especially if she has kids. Then she's the most humblest bitch on fucking planet Earth, man. 70 females in Thailand. You see what I'm saying? But these American females, they can have kids. They can be past their prime. In their mind, they still thinking that they deserve a high quality or high value man. You see what I'm saying? In their mind, they thinking they deserve this, they deserve that. I have ran into these females, okay? These females are real. I mean, just listen to like Kevin Samuel's live stream, man. All that delusional talking that a lot of these females be doing on there, man. I mean, it's getting to the point where like babies, like I said before, babies are not being born, relationships are not popping off, marriages are not popping off because of the delusional mindset of the American woman nowadays. It wasn't like this before social media. These females knew that they deserved, a guy that was a average dude that made 45,000, 50,000 a year. Um, they were in their place, but then all of a sudden social media took off and shit like that, and now she got all these followers, and now in her mind she thinking she deserved a high value man, you know, some guy with a fucking Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a guy that's 6'5", 6 pack, 6+ inch dick and shit. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like it's confusing the females. Like uh, uh, all the thirsty comments and all the fucking messages on social media that she receives, it's confusing her. In her mind, she's thinking she deserves more because of all the thirsty shit that's going on online with these simps. You know what I'm saying? So then when she gets out into the real world, she's not getting what she wants. I mean, I'm like, sweetheart, you gotta look in the mirror. Hey, you know what? You know what? I was out with that chick. I didn't call her. I didn't like pursue her. Even though I'm at my lowest on my low, I still have some type of pride and dignity. I'm just not gonna pursue a single mother that has a face from hell, that has a fucking old crumpled up brown paper bag face. You see what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna do that. Then see, the thing is, she never called me back. Like she was the more valuable one. You see what I'm saying? Like, nah, bitch, you are the lesser one. When you got kids by another man and you have a face that's old looking or whatever, because the bra is like closer to 50 than I am. She's like what, 8 years older than me or 7 years older than me or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm the prize here. I'm the younger one. You supposed to be pursuing me, but in her mind, she thinking I'm supposed to be pursuing her because of all the thirsty motherfuckers that's in her inbox. She must think like in her head, she thinking like they all want me, they all want me, they all want me. Yeah, these low value men, yeah, they all want you. In her mind, she thinks she deserved more. But she told me that there was low value men inside her inbox. That's what she told me. The quality of men that she attracts on a regular basis is not what she wants. Okay, but where's the high value man at? Where's the high value man? You don't have a high value man chasing you. You know what I mean? And so if you're not attracting these men, you see what I'm saying? If you're not attracting these men, then you might as well go ahead and take a look in the mirror because um, you're not all that in a bag of chips when it comes to the looks. With high value men, it's all about looks. You know what I'm saying? They looking for the slim, attractive, you know, female. Okay, the female that take care of her body. You know, she's young. She's 23, 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? She's young. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you females in your 30s. Okay, you know, I'm sorry, you're not gonna cop a high value man unless he's 50, okay, or 60. Women with kids that are still hot, right? They like what 35, they still hot. You got kids, that brings down your value. I'm just saying, this is the way a lot of other countries still think. That's why these women in other countries still have like a humble attitude in the dating market. Um, they're trying to take whatever they can get, but the extreme thirstiness is what's creating this situation with these females. You know what I'm saying? Today in America, okay, like the thirstiness in America is creating this delusional thinking with these American females. Okay, so that's why um, that's why the shit is going the way it's going today in today's society. It's the thirsty simps, all these comments and going over there into her fucking inbox and her DMs. Just loads and loads of messages, 300 messages a day, 400 messages a day. That's just way too much thirstiness, man. And it's not like that in other countries, bro. These females, they don't get hardly any, like if they got kids by another man or if they're like past their prime, they don't hardly get any like messages, but only from foreigners. She might wake up in the morning and have like about 5 or 10 messages, something like that, man, from foreigners. I'm talking about women in other countries. From foreigners, that's about it. The men, let me tell you, and especially in Asia, they don't treat them women like that out there, man. They basically treat women like shit, and that's what keeps uh, these these foreign women ego at bay. Okay, they're when I talk to some of these foreign women, they're so sweet and kind and gentle, you know, and you have to be nice to them because they fucking men treat them like shit in their country, big time. I seen it happen. I seen, you know, like Thai men beat up on like their Thai women and shit. Like I saw this one video of a. I'm just showing you how um, the men in their country keep their egos in check, the female's ego in check. I was watching this one video and this one white dude was talking to this Thai girl, right? And some dude, like I think it was one of her coworker, he was standing there talking to her at her job, and this one Thai guy in the background, he noticed that she was talking to a foreigner. He went over there and started nudging her and shit, right? And then she was ignoring him. After a while, he grabbed her by the neck and slapped her in the face. And I was like, okay, this is the reason why these females in their country are humble as fuck because the men treat them like crap and they beat the shit out of them big time. So the women are there. The women there are totally humbled because of the way the men treat them. Now, the way a lot of these fucking goddamn females walk around, if they're overweight, a lot of Thai men are not gonna want to have nothing to do with that. I mean, if she's overweight, she's overweight. It doesn't matter if she looks thick or she has a big hips, a big ass. It's fat. And you know what? The Thai men there will call them fat straight to their face. In America, we're not allowed to like call these females fat to their face, and that's the reason why they walk around like they do. That's the reason why they walk around like they high value because men here don't call them fat to their face. They call them thick. No, 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 bitch. She's fat. Me, Kelcat, I'm no longer looking at BBWs. For a while, I was looking at BBWs like, yeah, I'll fuck her, yeah. Nah, 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 nah. Nah. BBW leads to King Hippo, fucking King Hippo style. You know what I'm saying? You might find her BBW when you meet her, but then after a while, you marry that bitch, she'll blow up like King Kong and shit on your ass. You be like, damn, this is not what I married. This bitch like fucking 40 feet tall and shit, stepping on buildings and cars. Talk about where's my man at? You know what I'm saying? You don't want that to happen to you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Shaking streets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Knocking over buildings with her big old butt. Like, man, nah, nah, nah. just like just like Kevin Samuel said, man, when he was doing that video with Vlad or whatever, right? Because Vlad was talking about like there's a big market for like BBW women and men are into that shit. He was like, show me the high value men that are into BBWs. I'll wait. and and Vlad TV was like, yeah, you're right. No, she is fat, and you have to tell her straight to her face that you are fat, and that will humble her ass right up. See, but in America, we call them fat to their face. They want to shame us and they want to try to even try to attack us and shit. You see what I'm saying? And how dare you call her fat and she's only 20 pounds overweight and all that stuff. You know, we're not allowed to do that. We can't check their egos like they do in other countries. Other countries, they check their fucking egos. Like in Korea, they'll tell a woman when she's getting overweight. They'll say like, okay, you're getting overweight. You need to put down the Cheetos or some shit like that, right? They'll straight out blunt. They don't got no filter in Korea. Okay, this is what the men do out there. They will, hey, you're 10 pounds overweight. You need to lose weight. Straight up to their face, stone cold, just like that. And that's what keeps the women's ego in check. But in America, it's okay to be overweight. You know, the men will date you and shit. She'll still get men, loads and loads of men coming at her all day long. And this is what happens when you have a society of men who don't have standards. You see what I'm saying? They'll fuck anything under the sun, even though she got a pot belly. You know, she could be 4 foot tall. You see what I'm saying? She could be just just ugly and stuff, and men will line up just so they can fuck. And that let me know that there is a shortage of women here in America because men have dropped their standards below zero, basically. You see what I'm saying? But you can't like you can't like tell these women that they're pretty when they're not. You can't tell these women that they're fit or thick when they're not. You know what I'm saying? You have to be straight up blunt to their face that you need to lose weight. And you can't do that here in America without them, getting offended. You see what I'm saying? Or they might even attack you physically if you tell her that she's fat. You see what I'm saying? Bitch, you are fat. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to say to them. You have to say that to keep their fucking ego in check. This is how a lot of men in Asia, and not only Asia, man, like in South America too, and Brazil. I heard Brazilian women are getting fat. You know what I'm saying? They're not like what they used to be in the early 2000s when I was there, man. Their body was in shape. But I heard Brazilian women are getting fat out there and shit, man. It's like, nah, man, we looking for good genetics out here, man. Especially if you a guy that's a American and you in a different country. Nah, I'm not here looking for no Porky Pig bitch. I'm here for the bitches with the nice bodies and stuff. That wear size 4 and shit. You know what I mean? 120 pounds. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a woman that's a whale. If you look like King Hippo, I don't want to fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? Because if you look, man, if you look at some of these thick women, look at their ankles. They're fat. They like their ankles are fat. The calves are fat. You see what I'm saying? Look at her feet. She got fat feet, man, too. You know what I'm saying? Look at the feet. Feet all. I mean, it's just like, come on. Do you really see yourself hitting that shit from behind with her ankles and her feet like that? Come on, man. Really? That's a turn off right there. That's a turn off right there, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Just look down at her feet, bruh. That's her feet hella tubby, bruh. Her feet look like E Honda's feet from Street Fighter and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you look at E Honda's feet, blood, that shit is fat. You see what I'm saying? Fat, tubby. You know what I mean? And we're not allowed to say this shit in America without them getting offended, or while people gonna shame you and shit. I mean, even the simps will jump on the bandwagon of shame and talk about, yeah, man, why you call her fat, man? She ain't fat, she thick, bro. Come on, man, that's thick, that's thick. And this broad can have a big old gut and a big ass cheeks and shit. You know what I'm saying? That let me know that you are like not doing enough exercising and you taking advantage of, or you're abusing food, basically. When your cheeks start to swell up, because I do it. I mean, it happens to me. I mean, it happens to me when my cheeks start to swell up and stuff. I'm putting on weight. That means I'm putting on weight. I'm eating too much. I need to push away from the goddamn table, man. But these females, they can get away with that shit. They can get away with eating ice cream, eating what they want, and not keeping their bodies tight because of the men. The men have dropped their standards here. So everything here in America is screwed up when it comes to dating, man, because men don't have any more power anymore, man. We don't have any say so. You see what I'm saying? And I blame it because, you know, I blame it on the men because the men are the ones who set the standards. The men are the ones who keep the fucking women in check, keep the fucking women in order. When you start telling them that they're beautiful, when they're really fat and ugly, you know what I mean? It just inflates their ego, and like she could be average and she'll never look back at an average man ever again because of all the simping and all the fucking, telling them that they're thick and but really they're fat in real life. You see what I'm saying? It's like it creates a lot of delusion with the females' minds, in America. You know. But anyway, I'm gotta end this video, man, because I gotta get up and go to work. It's around 7:30. Yeah, I gotta go. You guys have a good day, man. Subscribe, like, comment. Just remember, bruh, uh, this country, man, is not going to go back to the way it was when it comes to dating. The men have lost a lot of power and control over the female. and females are eating what they want. They not exercising. They fat, but yet they want high value men and shit, man. Yeah, it's pretty much rap out here, man. Gotta go overseas, man, and get your woman out there, bruh. These females are a lot better out there, but even though it has spread out to like Thailand and shit a little bit, but it's not as bad. Or not just Thailand, but other countries too. You know, it's not as bad because you know why it's not as bad? Because of the men. The men are not accepting fat women or women who are like ugly and skinny. You see what I'm saying? They're not accepting that. They are going after the hot women and they leaving those plain Janes alone over there. I'm telling you, a lot of these plain Janes in Thailand and all these other like fucking goddamn countries, they don't go shoot, they don't have dick for like months. Sometimes a year or two, they won't have any dick because the men are not checking for them like that. They're not worshiping them like that. She just a plain Jane. You see what I'm saying? But it's not like that in America, man. The plain Janes they get treated like a fucking queen and shit or a fucking princess. Their ego is out of check in America. That's why you have to switch countries. I gotta go. Subscribe, like, comment, donate, and I'm out. Peace out. Take care and bless.